The name of the show is Mesquite, and it's really about using the book art form as a way to help people who are struggling with dementia go through end-stage care. The tree is an abstract concept inspiration to help, kind of sit with that person and give them a sort of a map to kind of help them escape the angst that they're really going through. This reflects the end-stage care that my father went through. He died last year, about this time of the year, in November. Basically he was in the hospital for about 2 months with a surgical procedure that didn't allow him to survive. And so you can imagine being in surgery and being an Alzheimer's patient, how the experience of hospital care must really be. So this is kind of a way for me to vent my frustrations as well, and a way to maybe hopefully inspire other people to use this kind of media to help their loved ones. I use mostly a lot of paper. It's handmade paper, a lot of organic materials. This particular piece is a box, which is often used in book arts, and it contains imprinted cards that were letterpressed by the people at Somersault Letterpress. Each one is done on letterpress paper, and it's different versions of the mesquite tree in different aspects, and then there are some quotations here that are really quite lovely. This is handmade paper with mesquite pulp in it, and this is actually a little book based on some writings from a 15th century philosopher based on salvation. And it's kind of debatable, it's very controversial, and I hope that some people get a chance to kind of look through it and kind of see what people were thinking about in the 15th century. This is probably my favorite idea, but I don't know if it's my favorite piece, but what this is a concept is called the volvel. And a volvel is like one of the first books that we ever had as humans, because it was able us to track things and to isolate things, and we basically have learned a lot of math through using circular books. And now circular books are kind of more like child's toys, or like puzzles, and then this one where each layer turns and it kind of gives you kind of this glimpse of my mind's sort of unraveling, but while it's unraveling, you need to know that what really matters in the end is this little quotation, and I'll let you read it to yourself. So, well, the book arts encourage tactile experience, and as everyone knows, the book is slowly going the way of the dodo. In the information age, we're so getting all of our reading material on screen, and so now the book has this great liberation where it can become an aesthetic object. It can be something that we can touch and celebrate, turn pages, and let the author sort of be, the guy or the woman in charge of your experience. So the book arts really span a lot of different formats. This one, for example, is a Coptic bound stitch that was very popular in Egypt and when books were first being explored. And it's a great way to show when you expose a bind on a book, you can just kind of really give it a couple different colors of threads, different variations on the stitch, and it allows you to take really heavy material like this and lay it flat so that you're not struggling with turning the pages. This one is one of my favorites. It has a screw bean mesquite pod mounted on top. It sort of reminds me of like a cross. So it's got kind of it's a religious chapbook without any words in it. It's just kind of like scary pictures of the mesquite tree, kind of giving you that feeling of you're in church or something. The stanza is a quotation from The Wasteland by the poet T.S. Eliot, and it's kind of mimics the experience of walking through, that time is going to be at your end, and you wondering where your soul is going to be or how it's going to be. And that's The Wasteland by T.S. Eliot is one of my favorite pieces, and I just knew I had to weave it in. I'm Mary Hill, and I invite you all to come and enjoy the Mesquite Book Show, and I'll be speaking about the books on Friday evening at 6 o'clock here in the Pueblo Room, and I'll have some more insight onto the book arts and what other people are doing in book arts then. And the show ends November 22nd.